Thanks for joining us on this edition of National Focus. I'm Tasia Floissac. Coming up, the Roosevelt Skerrit Administration committed to poverty reduction. St. Lucian Leader describes Dominica Labour Party victory as remarkable, and the Dominica Government Band host Christmas Musicale on Wednesday. Stay tuned for details of these and other stories after this.
If you can believe this,
come by my house and let me show you some movies.
why can't you believe this? Some mothers don't believe their own children when they say they've been sexually abused, and they don't report it. Remember, if anyone asks to see or touch their private parts, touches them inappropriately, shows them or forces them to touch one's private parts, has sex with them, shows them pornographic material, or deliberately lets them hear or see the act of sex, then it is sexual abuse. Believe your child and report the sexual abuse. For more information about child abuse, contact these agencies. This message brought to you by UNICEF and this station.
Thanks for staying with us. Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit says his administration will continue on its mission to abandon its reliance on fossil fuels to drive the local economy. Government has made major progress in the geothermal energy sector in an effort to produce affordable electricity for Dominican consumers. The expected spin-offs from the development of this sector include the production of manufactured goods at more competitive prices.
2 new industrial estates will be built to attract investors. We plan to grow manufacturing from 4.5% to 10% of GDP.
Meantime, the Dominica Leader announced last Saturday that the DLP administration has major plans for the development of Ireland's health sector in the new term.
From 2009, we made healthcare free to Dominicans below 18 years of age and over 60 years. In this new term, we intend to introduce a national health insurance system for all Dominicans in collaboration with the Pan American Health Organization. What's more, ladies and gentlemen, we plan to build a new hospital in Roseau with the help of the People's Republic of China, a great friend of Dominica, and another new hospital in Marigot, and to expand the Portsmouth Hospital under the management of Ross University.
The Dominica Leader also detailed government plans for the further development of the education sector.
We have achieved universal access to education at the secondary level, and we plan to achieve universal access to early childhood education and tertiary level education from 2015. Also in its new term, secondary and tertiary education will be transformed to meet the current and future needs of the nation. Civics, culture, technical and vocational skills, agriculture, and hospitality will feature prominently in a new curriculum. We are committed to the construction and functioning of a modern polytechnic, catering to the needs of the more technically inclined in our midst. Particular attention will be placed on science and technology. Every effort will be made to ensure that Dominicans have access to information and communication technology facilities. Also, an ICT park with units for training and business enterprises will be established to create new jobs in the ICT sector.
Honorable Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Dr. Kenny Anthony, has described the Dominica Labour Party's victory at the December 8th general elections as remarkable. Dr. Anthony told the hundreds who attended the swearing-in of the 17-member cabinet last Saturday that this is a major achievement in regional politics.
This is a magnificent victory. The performance of the Dominica Labour Party is awesome and phenomenal. How often do you hear in the annals of the political history of the Caribbean that a political party scores 4 successive victories.
The St. Lucian Leader also advised the newly sworn-in parliamentarians to keep people at the forefront of their political journey.
The BBM on this, the WhatsApp on this, the internet on this, the messenger on this, none of these are substitutes for people. People must remain at the forefront of our politics. That is what we know in our labor parties.
In more news, the Roosevelt Skerrit Administration will continue to initiate programs designed to reduce poverty in Dominica. The Dominica leader made the announcement as he addressed the official swearing-in of the new cabinet last Saturday.
During the past 14 years, we have linked economic development with a host of social policies and programs that were designed to ensure Dominica's wealth is more equitably distributed. As a result, the DLP has intervened in every area of life and ensured that every category of Dominican derived some benefit from the growing prosperity of the country. In this way, we have reduced poverty from 40% to 28%, and we intend to reduce it further to 10% by 2020.
The Honorable Prime Minister reiterated that the current administration is all-inclusive. He says as the country's economy develops, there will continue to be opportunities for all nationals to benefit.
Every Dominican, regardless of age, gender, or class, will enjoy one or more benefits from being a citizen of Dominica that is more prosperous, peaceful, and just. I therefore want to appeal to all Dominicans to work together to ensure that every Dominican continues to benefit from the God-given assets we have in abundance in Dominica. No one should go hungry, homeless, or destitute in such a richly endowed country like ours. We want all Dominicans to work together to strengthen the safety net and ensure that no Dominican falls through the cracks to poverty and neglect. Let us also reach out to Dominicans abroad to get them involved in the continuous development of Dominica and benefit from the new opportunities that will be on offer during the next 5 years.
The St. Martin Secondary School has emerged national champions of the Sagicor Visionaries Challenge for the second consecutive year. A panel of 8 judges declared Giselle Blaise of the St. Martin Secondary School winner with her project dubbed Techno Gardeners at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium on Monday. The school also captured awards for Best Plan and Project Design and the Most Relevant to Sustainable Caribbean Communities Award. Addressing his first function in his new term as Education Minister, Honorable Peter Senja said these competitions are necessary since scientific and technological innovations have become increasingly important due to challenges of globalization and a knowledge-based economy.
It is therefore imperative that you carve for yourselves a comfortable niche in this competitive environment. And in so doing, you students need to develop your capabilities in science and technology, engineering and mathematics, as the demand for skilled workers in those areas is closely linked to global competitiveness.
The Honorable Minister pledged his ministry's commitment to develop Dominica's students for a sustainable economy.
I want to state here that my ministry supports the view of Sagicor, the Caribbean Science Foundation and CXC, that science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, generally referred to as STEM, must be given priority within our school's curriculum. We agree that STEM education will assist us to create critical thinkers, increase science literacy, and enable and inspire the next generation of innovators. If we expect our students to become innovators of tomorrow, we must offer them a solid knowledge base in STEM subjects today.
The Dominica State College captured the first runner-up position for its asphalt filtration project, which was also dubbed the most creative and innovative project, while the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School's biogas project captured second place as well as the Best Presentation Award. The Surgical Visionaries Challenge targeted students' ability to identify a problem within their community and develop viable solutions. Over 8 countries participated in the second annual event, acquiring over 170 submissions from about 100 schools in the Caribbean. On Saturday, December 13th, the Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the Colliho constituency, Catherine Daniel, was officially sworn in as the Honorable Minister for Social Services, Family and Gender Affairs. The new minister attended her first official assignment at a mass held on Monday in honor of Dominica's newest centenarian, Evelyn Mary Winston Corcoran. The Honorable Social Services Minister spoke with GIS News following that assignment. She says she has been enlivened to take on her new ministry.
It's such a great start to my duties to celebrate the 100th birthday of a person from Corcoran. And with the church service, it means that God is in control and He's in charge of everything. And I think that this augurs well for my new portfolio, and it has really energized me to really go out there and help people, and it makes me understand why I was given this ministry. And so I'm very excited about it and very pleased to be in that portfolio.
The Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela promotes and encourages Latin American and Caribbean integration. That's according to Bolivarian internationalist and lawyer Luis Alvarez. Alvarez says this is supported by Article 152 of the Constitution of Venezuela. The Venezuelan attorney explained that part of this integration is the incorporation of Petrocarib as an institution which has brought major benefits to the government and people of Dominica.
Petrocaribe busca el acceso al petróleo desde una perspectiva más humana, más ventajosa para los países, sin sacrificar su soberanía y su independencia.
Alvarez was speaking at a conference on Friday facilitated by the Venezuelan Institution for Culture and Cooperation in Dominica. He noted that a major aspect of integration is the dissemination of information to the general public.
El día de hoy que estamos aquí, esto es resultado de estos acuerdos de cooperación. Precisamente porque lo que se busca es que esta integración se viva a diario. Fíjense que dentro del ALBA tenemos 2 niveles, pero paradójicamente hablamos de niveles, pero están horizontalizados. Porque tenemos por un lado el Consejo de los Presidentes, que trabajan lo político y trabajan lo ejecutivo, lo referente a los gobiernos. Pero también tenemos la posibilidad de que los movimientos sociales definan políticas de intercambio.
In previous newscasts, GIS has informed the general public about the Dominica Government Band's Christmas tour. On Tuesday morning, GIS had the opportunity to sit with the band master herself, Valina Leta, who gave more detail on the band's Christmas activities.
Our tour schedule this year was very short, but meaningful, I have to say, because the first day we went out was Thursday the 11th, where we went to the Goodwill Secondary School, and I tell you that concert was very much appreciated with the young people there. And that very same day, in the evening, we went down to Portsmouth. Town Council and National Bank, who had invited us to their tree lighting ceremony. Then on Sunday, the band went to Trafalgar and at 3 in the afternoon, and then to Girodale at 6. Now, these villages had invited us, and so they were well prepared for us, and we really enjoyed playing for them.
Later said that the band is particularly targeting schools this year in an effort to increase the appreciation for its music among teenagers. One of the major activities on the band's program is its annual Musicale, which is carried for Wednesday, 17th December 2014 at People's Park from 7:30 p.m.
I'm encouraging everyone to come and support. We have the Girodale Choir. Very beautiful voices going to lead us in song, and also are going to do 2 numbers for us. And then we have Christmas on Broadway, which includes vocalists, and I try to rope in some of the best vocalists from River Song, In Accord, even some of the Girodale singers, and a few others, Jennifer White, to sing along with us with that number. I think it's going to be very beautiful. It's true we gave them short notice, but they're very excited to do it, and they're going to work as hard as they can to, to make it a beautiful rendition.
Later hopes to bring the Roseau City Council on board in future productions. According to the band master, the Music Lovers Government Band, as they are also known, has embarked on its annual quest to spread Christmas cheer for 64 years. While she acknowledged that many other groups and businesses across the country have embarked on similar projects around this time, later explained that it is a special activity for musicians and performers in general.
Musicians, whenever they play, once the crowd enjoys it, they even enjoy themselves even more. Musicians are very appreciative that when they show their talent, when they give off their talent, to people and are appreciated, that is, payback in itself.
The band will end its tour on Sunday, 21st December at the State Prison at 1 p.m., the Dominica Infirmary at 3, and the Princess Margaret Hospital at 6 p.m. And before we go, here are a few announcements. Vacancy exists for 1 consultant accountant within the Office of the Director of Audit. As part of the EU-funded Public Financial Management Reform Program, an accountant will provide technical assistance over a 6-month period in order to contribute greatly to the development and implementation of departmental accounting systems, policies and procedures, assist in strengthening the knowledge and skills of auditors in collecting, processing, recording, reconciling and reporting on financial data, and build capacity in verifying the validity, completeness, and accuracy of source documentation. The successful candidate will be expected to train officers on how to perform the following tasks in a proactive manner. Under the supervision of the Director of Audit, develop, monitor, and review departmental accounting policies, procedures, and processes, audit and prepare financial statements in accordance with relevant guidelines, framework, and statutory requirements, conduct performance reviews of government ongoing programs, and conduct performance reviews of statutory corporations and government-owned companies. The ideal candidate should possess the following: qualifications and skills, at least a first degree in accounting and other related fields. At least professional qualifications in accounting from a recognized accounting body, ACCA, CGA, or similar. General professional experience, knowledge of principles and procedures for compensation and benefits, knowledge of laws, legal codes, government regulations, and executive orders, knowledge of business and management principles, knowledge of economic and accounting principles and practices, and the analysis and reporting of financial data. specific professional experience, at least 5 years professional experience in accounting, knowledge of commonly used concepts, practices and procedures within the field of business administration. Applications including curriculum vitae should be submitted no later than Wednesday, 31st December 2014 at 12 p.m. to the National Authorizing Officer for the European Development Fund Office of the NAO/EDF, 3rd floor, Financial Center, Kennedy Avenue, P.O. Box 1102, Rosa Dominica, or email to edf@cwdom.dm. The Government of Dominica has received financing from the Global Environment Facility through the United Nations Environment Program to support the preparation of Dominica's 3rd National Communications to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC. Part of this funding is to be utilized to hire national consultants to undertake technical studies and draft the national report. The Government of Dominica is seeking expressions of interest from suitably qualified national consultants who have at least 5 years' experience in the following areas: greenhouse gas inventory from energy transportation, solid waste and industrial processes, inventory of carbon sinks, forest, inventory of carbon sinks, agriculture, climate change mitigation including renewable energy, energy efficiency and energy conservation, mainstreaming climate change into national development planning, training, public education outreach on climate change, systematic observation systems for climate change, including hydrometeorological systems. Work on this project will commence in January 2015 and will be completed by May 2016. Successful applicants will be expected to start work on or before February 2nd, 2015. Any persons interested in being considered for any of the above positions are requested to submit their current curriculum vitae and letter of interest to the following: Director of Environmental Coordinating Unit, Roosevelt Fisheries Complex at the Dame Eugenia Charles Boulevard, Roseau, Commonwealth of Dominica, or email ecu@dominica.gov.dm. Submissions can be submitted electronically or in writing to the above address and must be received no later than Wednesday, January 7, 2015 at 4 p.m. Expressions of interest received after this date will not be considered. The Dominica Government Band will host its Christmas Musicale at People's Park on Wednesday, December 17, 2014 in People's Park at 7:30 p.m. Everyone is invited to enjoy the musical renditions and to participate in the carol singing. The band looks forward to bringing Christmas cheer to all. And that's the English news. McPherson St. Luce is next with the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non moins, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, gouvernement Dominique renommé Honorable Alex Boyd Knight pour continuer le travail comme speaker du Parlement. Premier ministre Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit fait parole celle-là pendant la cérémonie pour te cémenter le cabinet à samedi. Premier ministre Skerrit aussi nommé Edward Regis et Tasia Benoit comme sénateur gouvernement. Pendant que Honorable Skerrit nommé Benoit comme sénateur, et le gouvernement celle-là qui continue bas pouvoir pour jeunesse pays là, puis Joseph futur en pays là. Speaker Knight en position celle-là pour 14 l'année, et puis c'est qu'il a plus long en histoire Dominique. En d'autres nouvelles, ministre de l'Éducation, Honorable Peter Saint-Jean, bien encouragé compétition science qui compagnie Sadiko organisée par l'école. Compétition qui prend place lundi, voit l'autre institution d'éducation participer. L'école Sainte-Martine sortit à tête, State College Dominique 2e, et puis l'école Isaiah Thomas 3e.
Ça nous a créé STEM, ça veut dire science, science, technologie, engineering et mathématiques. Et c'est ça nous a fait vraiment, nous avons jeunes gens, maman et l'école, ont opportunité pour voir comment ils ça fait service, science, mathématiques et engineering pour y faire invention. Là, il y a fait bitin qui nous a servi en venant dans ces différents villages là, en Caraïbes là, pour aider nous, faire travail nous plus facile.
Honorable Saint-Jean aussi mentionné Vision Ministry pour terme 9 cela.
Quand nous le dernier gouvernement qui nous mettions l'eau attention en les ça nous a créé early childhood education et aussi en les tertiary education. En thème ça là, nous avons regardé pour nous continuer le travail en early childhood education et aussi pour nous grandir, augmenter l'éducation. Ça nous a créé continuing education at the tertiary level. Ça c'est la monde qui attendait state college, université, puisque vraiment nous avons que si nous avons éduqué population nous Dominique qui ont le développement. Nous mettons l'eau attention à ça.
En d'autres nouvelles, le gouvernement Dominique officiellement lancé Sports Academy week-end qui passe en Guantance. Président de l'association Bowl Dominique Emmanuel Nantan déclaré l'académie officiellement ouvert. L'académie ni intention pour préparer jeune homme Bowl pour jouer sport là formidable. C'est un homme là qui tape l'État manière pour battre, manière pour bowl, manière pour field en parmi d'autres. En même temps, ministre sport Honorable Justin Charles complimenté ces officiels là qui fait contribution à l'académie en succès. Malgré l'académie là en île lancé week-end qui passé, il y a une opération pour 8 semaines à présent et puis 17 non-bowl. Le gouvernement Dominique fait contribution pour sponsor l'académie là. Et puis finalement, Social Sécurité Dominique continue l'année là fait contribution pour une institution charitable en pays là. 10 DIO receive une contribution bon matin là pendant une cérémonie en Public Service Union. Monsieur Augustus Etienne, c'est député, directeur Social Sécurité Dominique.
Social Security a fait une présentation donation pour 11 différentes institutions. Compare le programme Social Security tous les années pour achiver un certain valeur administrative budget pour assister certaines organisations qui ont fait travail avec vieux monde, jeunes monde, pour assister au travail qu'ils ont fait. On s'ajoute la nouvelle donation pour Calls Hot Guantans, Chances, Maro Senior Citizens Home, Dominica Infirmary, House of Hope, Grotto Home for the Aged, Education Trust Fund, Cancer Society, Northern District Home for the Aged, House of Hope. Avec valeur l'argent nous présente aujourd'hui là c'est $30,000 pour assister pour faire divers travaux qu'ils ont fait.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson Luce. Au revoir.
Coming up next, an unusual but great way to use a tea bag.
Dominica is blessed with an abundance of water, but getting it to your home is an expensive venture. You have a responsibility to conserve water, to use it wisely. Remember the old adage, you never miss the water till the well runs dry. Think water, think life.
Generally, sweat does not smell much as it is just the combination of salt and water. But bacteria that exist in the skin makes use of the sweat and excrete the waste substances, which gives a bad and intense smell, causing feet and shoes to stink. Sometimes the immediate reaction is to throw away the shoe, but stinky shoes don't deserve to be thrown away. Instead of throwing them away, try simply leaving tea bags sitting inside the shoes for a couple of days, ideally 2 to 3 days for best results. The tea bag will help absorb the musky scents while imparting some of their own more pleasant aroma. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow us on Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on the past National Focus newscast on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Tasia Floissac. Thanks for watching.